Hello my fellow gamers, I'm back and this time I'm going to tell you about a game called Phantom Chaser. But first, full disclosure, as we always like to do, this video is sponsored, however not a freaking $1 million would change our unbiased opinion. The link to play Phantom Chaser is right there in the video description in case you want to jump the gun. Phantom Chaser is the new mobile RPG aimed at those who love collecting things. Phantoms in this case, but the Southern Korean version is also known as Yokai Saga, which means that you will be collecting yokai. By now, you should already know what this word means: monsters, demons, spirits, that kind of supernatural stuff. In Phantom Chaser, players are going to enter a fantasy world where they have to collect over 130 unique phantoms, but one of the coolest things is that there's a clash of culture in Phantom Chaser. You're capturing and controlling phantoms from both Western and Eastern myths, including Dracula, Frankenstein, Anubis, Ninetales, Succubus, and more. Most of them are creatures designed specifically for the game, but you're in for a few popular surprises. Of course, the entire game has this anime style to it that suits the fantasy world nicely. Speaking of graphics, Phantom Chaser has in fact been praised for its visuals, being the winner of the Best Graphics trophy at the Unity Korea Award 2017. The game surely looks good, there's no denying that. Before starting the game, you can choose between one of 7 languages. Besides the mandatory English and Korean, there are options for German, French, Taiwanese, Chinese, and Vietnamese. We were happily surprised with the quality of the English translation without any weirdly translated sentences that often plague these kind of games. As for the gameplay, at first you'll be spending most of the time in adventure mode. This is where you begin small and grow big, capturing phantoms and creating a team of 3 warriors and 3 mimics. But what is a mimic after all? Mimics are phantoms or characters that you can use in combat to obtain new powers. By using a mimic on a player character, he absorbs his powers, things such as attack speed increase or defense increase, and there's also one special ability at your disposal. It's only for a short period of time, but it adds great depth to the relentless battles and could save you from a few tough situations. You have to choose which one of your 3 characters would benefit the most with a mimic and play with that. Just as your heroes, your mimics also level up. Phantom Chaser isn't messing around about stuff either. The gameplay is very straightforward with no bullshit getting in the way of the action. Usually displayed in some sort of isometric perspective, our heroes are running and dealing with enemies that show up. Despite 1 or 2 auto features that you can choose to activate, Auto Mimic and Auto Skill, you can play with full control of your character's movements and activating the skills and mimics as you see fit. Luckily, Phantom Chaser isn't one of those fully automated clickfests where they're nothing but a spectator. Each stage is short and sweet, thankfully. Most of the time, it will take less than a minute to finish the challenge, but we can't say how it's going to be when you reach the hard difficulty level. In fact, scratch that. Things will surely heat up when you reach Hell difficulty, but that is going to take you quite some time. Every day or so, you can borrow a hero from a friend to use in battle, gifting them honor. This is a nice way to interact with other players and also a welcome boost to your party. You can level up your characters to up to level 100, but don't think that's where the progress ends. When you reach this level, you can upgrade a character and raise its level cap up to 5 times. Yes, up to level 500, that's right. There is Transcend and Evolve, with your heroes changing their looks in the process of the 4 steps. You can acquire gear and enhance it, as well as crafting heroes and items with what you acquired in your adventure. The game even tells you where you have to go to get the items you need for each character, but some of those stages are going to be out of your reach until you complete the previous ones. Oh, and there is an odd thing about leveling in Phantom Chaser. You can consume other phantoms or heroes for your leveling pleasure. That means that if you're tired of Marie, for example, you can just consume her for a few experience points and stat increases. Hey, we're not judging. As long as you fulfill your quest, please do consume whoever you want. We actually do love Marie though. She is an extremely useful long-range character, so you should treat her nicely. Or, you know, not. The Battlefield mode, which becomes available at Team Level 8, will provide a few interesting distractions from the main campaign. There are quite a few challenges awaiting you, including a tower to beat, a survival mode of sorts, and more. Obviously, there's an arena for multiplayer with ranked matches, but you have no actual interference in this mode apart from picking your best team and watching the battle unfold. This should give you a nice idea about Phantom Chaser. We have to say that this game won us over after a few minutes when we were thinking it was going to be a downer. The gameplay isn't groundbreaking, but it's particularly polished and awfully addictive. The idea of leveling up our phantoms and discovering new ones to use or consume quickly crept in our minds, and the appeal is easy to see and hard to deny. In the end, minutes turned into hours, and it was a hard game to drop. Eventually we had to do so, but this is the kind of game that we see ourselves returning to now and then. Even with all of our playtime, we know that we barely scratched the surface of Phantom Chaser. This is a game to consume, pun intended, many of your days until you can see most of the 130 Phantoms available. If you like hero collecting games with a bit of actual strategy to go with it, Phantom Chaser is a good option that can be played in short bursts or hours on end. The link to play Phantom Chaser is right there in the video description, in case you forgot. Give it a go and have fun, guys.
놓치고 말았군요.
곧 배가 가라앉을 겁니다. 어서
언니, 흑기사단은 걱정 마.
명희님, 어서 안전한 곳으로.
앞으로 벌어질 일들 아주 오랜.
반드시 기회가 올 겁니다. 우리는
이번 일을 모든 사냥꾼들에게 알려야겠어요. 우리도 준비할 시간이 필요할 테니까요.
조커 만나러 갈 거지? 내가 조커 위치.
물이 차오르고 있습니다. 어서 이곳을 빠져나갑시다.